Hi friends, thank you so much for being here. Today's video is going to be a full face of new to me drugstore makeup. Some of this stuff is brand new, off of the market. I got some e.l.f., some NYX, some Colourpop, a little bit of everything. It is a full face of drugstore except for setting powder and setting spray, and I'll get into that a little bit as we get to those steps. But if you want to see this full face of drugstore makeup, then before I prime my eyes, I'm going to go in with my favorite e.l.f. Power Grip Plus 4% niacinamide primer. For the eyes, I've been testing out these products from Colourpop. I have not tried before. They're eyeshadow sticks, so I have two shades in the matte formula, and then I also have this Sage the Day eyeshadow palette. Really nice mixture of green tones, some warm tones, mattes, shimmers. I have been playing around with both of these. So I went ahead and swatched these two shades in the Colourpop Shadow Sticks. This one is called Cocktail Party, and this darker brown is Walnut Avenue. They're super creamy, very easy to blend. I'm taking a bit of Cocktail Party and I'm just gonna focus that on the outside, a little bit into the crease. You don't have to work quickly with these. They blend out super easy, super seamless. I find in comparison to other eyeshadow sticks, like the Nabla ones that I really like, that these are thicker in texture and they're more sticky, but not in a bad way. You're not gonna feel these on the eyes, and they're not patchy at all, but they have a really nice stick to them. So if you want to make your eyeshadow last, or you can use these as a primer. I honestly probably didn't need to go in with my eyeshadow primer duo, now that I'm thinking about it. Going into our Sage the Day palette, I'm gonna go into this medium brown shade right here. This is called Intuition. And I'm gonna go onto the lid with this shade and also a little bit into the crease. I always apply my shimmers with a finger, so I'm going into Tree of Life. And I'm very familiar with Colourpop's formula. It's a really decent formula. Ooh. That green color is so nice. So I'm just gonna smudge that all over the lid and a little bit into the crease. I'm gonna take a smaller, more pointed blender brush. This is from e.l.f. and I haven't tried this matte olive in this. I'll swatch it for you guys. So this is that dark olive in the shade Smudge Me. And I'm gonna start in the outer corner and I'm just gonna make tapping motions. I'm not gonna blend yet. I'm just gonna place the product down, and then I'm gonna start moving my brush and work it upwards into the crease. Compared to the last Colourpop like eyeshadow palette that I tried, which I believe was Gone Matte. I really haven't tried a lot of Colourpop eyeshadows, other than their Super Shocks I do use quite often. But compared to that matte formula, this one sticks better. It has way more grip that I actually really do appreciate. This is more improved from what I remember from Colourpop, which I always like to see. And I'm actually gonna take this Tree of Life, this center shade we put all over the lid. I'm gonna take some on my blending brush and I'm gonna go directly into the crease just to diffuse more. I'm gonna go back into our first blending color in Intuition on our first blending brush. Just very lightly go over the very edge of everything. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on one of my favorite lashes of all time, the Ardell 257s, and I'll be right back. Lashes are on. Love these lashes. Definitely needed for a look like this. So quickly, off of camera, I did tightline with my favorite black eyeliner from LA Girl. As always, everything will be listed in the description box down below. And then I went in with my Milani Anti-Gravity Mascara. I've been really getting more into this as of lately. It is so nice for both top and bottom lashes because it does not smudge or flake. And you probably can't really see because I have the lashes on, but I did decide to go into this lighter green shimmer and Retreat Me just right in the center of the lid for a little bit more brightness. Moving on to the face, I'm gonna go in with my Peach e.l.f. Camo Corrector. The under eye bags have been bagging. And then on my mustache area, since I do shave my mustache, you can see a little green tint, so I'm gonna put some over on here as well. And I do like to let my concealers sit. While we let that dry, I'm gonna go in with the new e.l.f. Instant Lift Waterproof Brow Pencil. I have been testing this out for about a week now, and I liked the original Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I will say this is basically a pomade in a stick form. Although I do like this formula, I will say I feel like this is best suited for people that already have a structure and enough hair to their brows that you have a shape already. This is not going to be for the really sparse galleys because I feel like this pencil is way too thick. And because it is a pomade, there's no real precision. It really adds shadow and a tint to the brows. So this is great for somebody like me who just has tiny little gaps that they want to fill in, and I just want to add more color to my brows. I'm not looking to add a lot of hairs because I already have the hairs. I've already used, I would say, like a quarter, and this is how much I have left, so it's only going to take me a couple more weeks to finish it. That could be a downside for some of you who just really don't like repurchasing products. Normally for eyebrow gel, I go in with my Translucent Clear Eyebrow Gel, which is affordable, and it was available at Ulta. I don't know what's going on with Translucent. That's Becky G's brand. A lot of their products, like the eyeliner that I love so much, are no longer available on Ulta. They have a very limited amount of product, like way less than there used to be. For foundation, I'm going in with my Halo Glow Liquid Filter from e.l.f. I got a new shade though. They have more shades than they did from the initial launch, so now I have 3.5, but I will say these in-between shades, the 0.5 shades, I can only find online. I've never been able to find these in store. Just gonna blend that in with the flat side of my sponge. Now that we look like a shiny metal tin can, I'm gonna go in with concealer, and my favorite drugstore concealer at the moment is my Physicians Formula Butter Glow. I did just let my concealer sit for a minute. I don't have a drugstore setting powder. I'm super picky about powder. I don't wear a lot of powder, mostly just on the under eyes, a little bit on the chin and the forehead, but I have not found a drugstore loose setting powder that's cruelty-free, that doesn't darken my concealer or make my under eyes look super dry and crepey, so I'm gonna go in with my One Size powder. After setting powder, I always like to go over top with a mist, so I'm going to take my Pixie Milky Hydrating Mist, spritz that all over. We'll take any powderiness away. Next, I'm going to go in with this NYX Wonder Stick. It is their dual-ended face shaping stick, and I've been really getting in to this bronzer. And I'm using my e.l.f. Complexion Duo, and I'm using the shade Medium. I really like this bronzer tone. It blends in seconds. It's matte, but it's not a dry matte. It doesn't show dryness or any lines on your face at all. Does anyone else have just random spots on their face that don't take pigment? Like, you'll pound and pound product on like this one specific part of your skin and it just looks like, almost like vitiligo, like it just does not accept any pigment. I have just some like random spots like on my cheek. There's like one little spot here on my forehead that never wants to take product. I'm gonna take just the tiniest little bit right on my jawline as well. And it does come with a highlighter. I'll do a quick little swatch. So there's that highlighter that it comes with. It's actually a really nice tone for my skin tone. And a lot of the times I'm so wary about these stick highlighters because they can be extremely dry and emphasize texture you didn't even know was there. I think it does work slightly better with your fingers. It creates a really nice, like, lived-in look for your highlighter. Next is blush, and I've been really liking the combination of both of these. Last time I traveled for New Year's, these were the only blushes that I brought, and I really like to layer these, taking my IT Cosmetics No. 7 Complexion Perfection brush, and I just go straight into the middle of this cream blush first, and then I work it into the palm to really evenly disperse and take off any excess because this stuff is pigmented. And I'm gonna put my blush pretty high up today. Then I'm gonna take a Real Techniques blush brush and I'm gonna roll my brush all into this blush from Essence. And then I just lightly sweep, so I'm not applying a lot of pressure. A little on the bridge of the nose. So like I was saying before, Transluce's brow gel is not an Ulta right now, and honestly the only drugstore eyebrow gel that I like is the Colourpop one. So I'm gonna go in with the Colourpop brow gel in the shade dark brown. I don't know if I'm misremembering or if they've changed the formula of their brow gel, but I feel like the Colourpop brow gel used to have way better hold back in the day. So if you have any cruelty-free drugstore brow gels that have a really nice hold, please put me on, because I do like this brow gel, but this is more of like a texture kind of product for me. I really like the fluffiness and the tint that it gives my brows, but my brow hairs are still very movable even after this dries down. And to finish up underneath the eyes, I'm going to take this shade Intuition on a domed smudgy brush. I'm gonna run that all along the lower lashes. And then I'm taking this flat eyeliner brush from e.l.f. and going into this sparkly Tree of Life shade. I'm gonna concentrate that as close to my lashes as I can. For the inner corner, I'm gonna try this light shimmery green and Retreat Me. Actually, I don't like this brush right on my pinky finger. Okay, yeah. We're gonna finish off the face with the setting spray. I don't have a drugstore setting spray. I'm still looking for a true drugstore setting spray that doesn't have alcohol. That is the only reason why I don't use drugstore setting sprays. They all have alcohol in them. I don't want to put alcohol on my face. My face is already dry enough. I just don't feel good about that ingredient being on my face, if you know what I mean. Just gonna go in with my handy dandy caliray. I did order the Half Magic Beauty setting spray, but that is not drugstore. Definitely not drugstore price. So if you know of any setting sprays from the drugstore that don't have alcohol and don't have fragrance, please let me know. Onto lips, I have the new e.l.f. Cream Glide lip liners. Literally doesn't have the shade name on here, but it will be listed down below. These are super easy to use. They are super creamy, but I will say these are not going to give you longevity. If longevity and really keeping your lip product in place is not a concern for you, these are only $2 freaking, and the shade range is really good. And I'll just take a finger and I'll diffuse the edges of the color that I applied. If you are familiar with Tower 28's one liner, multi-liner in the shade Work of Art, this color, whatever color this is very, very similar. Actually, let me do a swatch comparison. So on the right we have e.l.f. and then on the left is Tower 28. Tower 28 Work of Art is like just the tiniest little bit deeper, and this one is matte. The e.l.f. ones are not matte. Speaking of matte, I have been really liking this AF94 Matte Brat Lip Crayon, and I have the shade Soda Popped. So there's that shade Soda Popped. The thing about this that I know some people won't like is that this is truly matte, like the most matte lip product I've ever used. But it's so smooth, and like you can layer this on top of itself multiple times and it never looks crusty or bunches up on itself. But I will say, as the day goes on, you will notice the lines of your lips because this is so dry that I do like to pair this with some kind of lip balm or lip gloss on top. You can't apply anything too emollient or glossy underneath, otherwise this has nothing to stick to. On top, I'm gonna go in with one of the e.l.f. lip oils. I got a different shade. It's literally the tiniest text I've ever seen in my life. And I'm farsighted, so this is like, wow. This is in the shade Jam Session. I know it looks pretty intimidating. I think it is the darkest shade. See, it shears out to just like a very light hint of berry. I'm gonna fix the hair situation and I'll be right back. I'm back, hair is done. I am extremely pleased with how this makeup look turned out. 10 out of 10. I do want to give a quick shout out to my top 3 recommendations of this video, starting off with the Stage the Day palette. I really like Colourpop's formula. I really enjoy the color story. I've been looking for more greens in my collection, so this definitely filled a void in my collection. The blush combo for today has been such a favorite. I love layering these two on top of each other. They're great by themselves, but these are really great drugstore blushes. The AF94 Matte Lip Crayon. It is a twist up. I don't smell anything. This is super long wearing. That is all for me today. If you like makeup tutorials to get ready with me and other makeup things, then like, comment, subscribe. I'm sending you guys so much love and light, and I will see you in the next one.